Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I got some news about the Switch 2 I want to talk about, but before we get into it, please subscribe to my channel because I'm trying to hit 50 subs by the end of February. So if you subscribe right now, it would mean so much to me. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is there's a patent, that's a hard word to say, a patent that came out that shows the Joy-Cons and they look like they can be moved around like computer mice, which confirms that the Joy-Cons might be able to like turn sideways like this and be controlled like a computer mouse. Let's go through these pictures right here. Okay, yeah, so that would be like the right click and that would be the left click. I mean, it makes sense how it would work. It's going to be interesting to see how, like, what kind of games they'd be able to utilize by doing this. Probably a lot of first-person shooters or like, oh, that reminds me. Yeah, back in the day, Nintendo, they released a game like Mario Paint and they came out with a computer mouse. So it's so interesting how Nintendo always kind of like goes back on like past things that they created. Like kind of how back in the day, if you didn't know this, Nintendo, they created a 3D, I don't know how to make that bigger, but it's like a system that's like VR goggles. You look into it and you can play a game in 3D. And then like back in like, what, 2012, 2013, they came out with the 3DS, which utilized the 3D games. So I guess, you know, back then they created the computer mouse and now they're going to kind of go back on that with the Joy-Cons. Let's see, what else do we got? Okay, another thing that I wanted to touch on was Pokemon ZA and Metroid Prime 4 are still set to be released in 2025. And I mean, this is something that I already assumed. I never had a doubt that they would come in later than 2025. Kind of nice to know for sure that it will still be released this year. When this year, I'm not really sure. My personal opinion is I think Metroid Dread is going to come out around over summer, and I think Pokemon ZA is going to be released around closer to Christmas time. Also, I'm pretty sure Legends Arceus was released around December 22, right? Or 21. Oh, never mind. Legends Arceus was released in January. But I still think that's going to be a title that's going to come out around November, December this year. And then Metroid Dread is going to be over the summer. I think the Switch 2, I think that will be released this year around September time. On April 2nd, they're gonna talk all about the console because so far we know absolutely nothing about it. We don't know the kind of specs it's gonna have. We don't know what kind of games it's gonna be able to run. I think the rumors right now is gonna be similar to power of like a PS4 or an Xbox Series S. Oh, and that leads me into my next point. I saw something on Twitter today. This is what I saw earlier is Nate the Hate. Nate the Hate, he's a leaker. He predicted the trailer for the Switch 2 when that would come out, and it came out the day he said it was gonna come out. So he has a lot of credit. And he said that Final Fantasy 16 is not planned for Switch 2 currently. A decision was made to prioritize Final Fantasy 7 Remake and Rebirth, which I'm actually super excited about because Final Fantasy 7 Remake was one of my favorite games that I played this year. You know, I bought Remake, but I think I'm gonna wait till it comes out on the Switch 2 so that way I can play it portably. But yeah, I'm excited for this game coming to Switch. You know, Final Fantasy 16 not planned for the Switch 2, I'm pretty sure that game will eventually come to Switch because Square Enix has brought every other Final Fantasy game to Switch other than, I guess, the modern ones because the Switch can't really run like the modern Final Fantasy games like 16, Remake, Rebirth. 15 wasn't on Switch either. I think Switch had up to 12. Yeah, so it looks like Final Fantasy had up to 12 on Switch. I'm eventually going to go back and play all the Final Fantasies. I've only played 7 in Crisis Core. Some other games that Square Enix brought over to Switch was, well, that Octopath Traveler, that was an exclusive to Switch for a while. And they also brought Nier Automata, which I did start playing that game on Switch. I really need to go back and finish it. You have to play like the games multiple times to understand the story. So I played the game all the way through once, but then like the next time you play it, a lot of stuff's different. You play from different perspectives. So I still got to go and I'm definitely going to go back and replay it after I finish the game so I'm playing right now. Because right now I'm playing through Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and that is taking up like most of my time. Yeah, I also want to finish Xenoblade Chronicles 3 before this game comes to Switch, well, to the current Nintendo Switch in March. See, when is the release date? Yeah, oh, April 29th? I could have sworn it was coming in March. Oh, duh, because it says 2015. Release date, Switch. Why can't I find the date? Okay, yeah, releases March 20th, 2025. So that's got over a month to play to get to this, but Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is going to take me a while. I checked last night, I'm 70 hours into it, and I think I could be halfway done with it. I'm not sure. I'm not looking up anything because I don't want any spoilers because I'm really enjoying the game right now. But once I beat that, I'm probably going to play this game next. So it's going to be a while before I can get to any other games that I need to get through on my Switch. But anyways, there's one more thing I was going to talk about. Another weird thing that I saw today about Final Fantasy is that Final Fantasy 16 is apparently coming to Xbox, which is something I wasn't really expecting because Final Fantasy for the past few years has been a PlayStation 5 exclusive. Let's see, the first installment from Square Enix Remake Project is scheduled to arrive on Xbox later this year. What? And Rebirth is planned for 2026. Nate is unsure about the time, but speculates that Final Fantasy Remake, Rebirth, and 6 for Xbox will be announced at the same time for Maximum Impact. That's so weird that like they make games exclusive for one console, like Remake. And well, 16, that came out a year or two ago. 16 came out 2 years ago. Rebirth came out last year. Remake came out, I think, in 2020. But it's so weird that all these years later, you know, like it's just PS5 exclusive, and now it's coming to every console. It's coming to PC. I guess it's eventually going to come to Switch too. Now it's coming to Xbox. So like Remake, Rebirth. So like the Final Fantasy 7 games are a trilogy. So they came out with Remake, then they came out with Rebirth. The third game is 100% gonna be just released on every single console. And honestly, if they wanted everyone to really get into the game, they should have just released it to all consoles in the first place. I've never liked consoles like games exclusivity because it's always so annoying. Like there's games I want to play now because like there's games I want to play now still that like I can't, like Resident Evil 7 Village and Resident Evil 4 Remake are in VR but only on PlayStation 5. And I've been playing Village on this YouTube channel in VR, but that's through a computer mod, and it would just be so nice to not have to like mod the game or anything and just play it, you know, natively in VR, you know, right from my computer. But instead I'd have to get it on PlayStation 5, which I do have a PlayStation 5, but I really don't want to go out and just buy a VR headset for that console literally just to play like 2 games, even though it's so tempting because those 2 games are like games I really want to experience in VR. I guess I'm getting a taste of it by playing it on the computer mod, the Prey Dog mod that came out. If you want to see gameplay of that video, please click on my YouTube channel because I'm making videos of me playing the whole game of Resident Evil Village all in VR. And it's been so much fun. It's so freaky. Like it's a completely different game when you play it in VR. So that's all I got today. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know if you're excited for Final Fantasy coming to Switch 2. I guess if you're an Xbox player, if you're excited about it finally coming to Xbox, or how many of y'all have even played any Final Fantasy games. Also, let me know what you thought about the video because I'm still new to doing this whole thing. So I'd appreciate any feedback you could give. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Also, please like the video. And if you can, please follow me on Twitch. My Twitch is linked in the comments because I go live on there. I'll be playing random stuff. I'll play with my friends on there too. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video.